Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bill Levinson, managing partner with Levinson and Associates. With me today, we have the Joseph Loughran, our marketing vice president. And then we have a special guest speaker, Robert Petzold, who's joining us today from Kansas City Life. And you know, we wanted to give everyone kind of a 100-foot overview and really bring lots of value here and give you something by the time we're done with today's presentation. You can have a new concept, strategy to go out there and make some more sales, okay? Bring solutions to your prospects and clients. That's the name of the game. Joe, if we can mute those lines, that would be great. Okay, we happen to have a record number of agents on today, so as always, we're excited about that. This number grows literally every week, so we love the agent participation, and you know, we know that it's so important, especially for you, to take time out of your Thursday afternoon, okay, and spend it here with us, that we better bring some great value to the table here so you can walk away and have this affect your pocket in a great way. So that's the name of the game. So today's presentation, we wanted to bring in Robert, and he's got a great sales concept, okay, that gives you a great alternative to the typical final expense or mortgage protection transaction. So he's going to give you something new to talk about, and that concept combined with the #1 return of premium product in the industry today makes for a win-win. So I know everyone's going to love what they're about to hear today. My suggestion is take out a pen and paper, jot down any questions, comments, good or bad. We love your feedback, and depending on your feedback, obviously we tweak these presentations to cater to our agents. Okay, that's our #1 goal. Okay, so before we jump in here, Kansas City Life is an A-rated company, over 100 years old, privately held. Okay, so that's very, very unique this day and age. They have that old school customer service model where you can still call in, talk to an underwriter on your actual case, and maybe if you need a favor or you need them to sway one way or another, you could still do that. You can still build a relationship with your case manager at the carrier or your underwriter, or if it's a field rep like Rob, okay, he is there to help you every step of the way. And it's a nice warm and fuzzy that you just don't get today, okay? It's unfortunate, but the days of you calling and speaking to an underwriter on your own case are pretty much long gone. So Kansas City Life still loves that. In fact, they encourage our agents to call in, okay, and speak to the home office in Kansas City. So we love that about them. They have some great, unique niche products that you're also going to learn about. And keep in mind, they were the first carrier, okay, that approved our exclusive scholarship program. So years ago, Kansas City Life and Levinson partnered up with Sage, and we launched our scholarship platform, first time ever in the life brokerage space. So all of the products that you're about to see today also come with a 1 free year scholarship, okay? That's tons and tons of value add for your clients and prospects, okay, especially when you're out there marketing and you talk about differentiators and what sets you apart from your competition. Okay, that's huge. We have these free scholarship pins that our agents wear. It just says, ask me about a free college scholarship. And we give those out. As long as you're appointed with Kansas City Life, we'll mail you one for free. Just let us know at the end of the call if you haven't received your scholarship pin. It's one of those conversation starters. If you're in the supermarket or you're working a home show booth or whatever the case is, okay, it starts conversation because people want to know, hey, I have little Johnny and Susie who's 2 and 4 years old, and they're going to be entering college one day. And anything I can do to save a few bucks, I want to hear more. So great way to get your foot in the door and at least pass out a business card. Okay, so moving forward here, we put together our infographics to simplify your life, okay? If you're an agent with us, or let's say you have a downline and you have agents that report to you, This is a great tool that you can go over and email out to any agents, and it tells you or them everything they need to know about Levinson in a very easy to understand infographic. On the left side is the marketing graphic, and you can see everything is broken down by number, okay? So every tool, platform, everything that we have that makes us unique, okay, part of the iGenius platform is separated by number. You just click and it will explain the program, and then there's a button that enables you to learn more and have someone reach back out to you. But it keeps everything simple, and you know, we got tons of feedback last year and the prior year that agents love what we're doing, but they say, Bill, you know, there's just so many moving parts. I don't know where to start. You know, I love your website, but there's so much there. So we put these together to help you understand our strategy and what Levinson and Associates brings to the table. So on the left side, marketing. It's contracting. On the right side is new business, okay? Everything to do with, say, commissions, advances on the right side, and then, of course, contracting, case status, everything at your fingertips. Joe, let's email these out to everybody on the call. In fact, we're going to send out a thank you email, and we'll include the infographics, all the brochures, and then we'll even have a space for the free scholarship pin. So if you want that, we can mail that out as well. Okay, moving forward here, we're going to talk about what makes us unique and what makes you stand out, okay, to other agents that, let's face it, right? We're all going after the same pool of agents or prospects. And you know, life insurance in general, it's not a fun conversation, right? I mean, typically a life insurance policy doesn't pay until the policy owner is no longer here anymore, right? So until they've passed on. But what we have done, okay, obviously we have some great living benefit riders and products that we've now brought to the table, but we've also added this unique third leg, I like to call it, and that's the scholarship program. If you're working mortgage protection, final expense, senior market, this is a great way to get your foot in the door, right? Because let's face it, you know, you're talking to a grandparent, and most grandparents, you know, they really don't want to talk about final expense or burial insurance. It just doesn't have any pop to it. But all of a sudden, when you say, hey, you know, little Johnny, your grandson, who's now 4 years old, well, with our product that starts at just $20 a month, by the way, okay, you get 1 free year scholarship for Johnny that he can use in any of our 400 colleges across the country. And you don't pay anything in addition. There's no commission reduction to you, the agent, so it makes for a win-win, okay? We've updated the platform for 2018. We now have almost 400 colleges in almost every state in the country today, okay? We're adding 1 to 2 colleges on the average every single month. So it is tons and tons of value, and this is what I love. If you want to jot this down, every single year, right? Listen to this, how great this is. Every year after your insured purchases the policy, let's say Grandma Susie, right? What happens is every year she's going to get an email that says, hey, you need to contact your agent, Bill Levinson, and you get an additional $500 or points if you meet with Bill to go over your annual policy review. Well, Grandma Susie every year is going to reach out to me to make sure that I do my policy review with her and deposit her 500 credits or dollars into little Johnny's scholarship, okay? That's huge. It keeps your foot in the door. It keeps your persistency up. That's a big plus. And then Grandma Susie, if she refers her friend Grandma Linda and Grandpa Joe, she gets another 500 points in her account every time she refers someone to speak to you, Bill Levinson, the life insurance agent. So think about what this can do here. If you're having a seminar, a webinar, give the $500 gift certificate to everyone that attends your meeting, even if they don't buy anything, just for attending. And that could be a one-on-one call, in-person meeting, seminar, webinar, all the above. Once you're enrolled in the program, you can give this out, again, at no charge. So there's tons of different angles for you to make this thing work, but it's a huge differentiator in the market today. It's a big plus. If Joe's an agent, I'm an agent, I have scholarship, Joe doesn't. I don't care how much they like Joe, they're going to buy from me every time because of the value add. Okay, especially newborns, okay, young parents, let's say, or maybe an unborn child. We can start creating the account today, and when Johnny is born 2 years from now, we deposit those credits or dollars for the scholarship into Johnny's name. Okay, so just think about this as Rob is talking and as me and Joe are talking about Kansas City Life and their products and how they are different from the traditional life insurance carrier today. Okay, moving forward here, Joe's going to show you the breakdown and how this all works in a very easy black and white way to understand this so you can go out and start marketing it as soon as we hang up today's call. Joe?
Yeah, thanks, Bill. So the system is really set up to help you succeed. It's, like Bill mentioned, very simple, black and white. The best part is all these reward points are tracked in that client's back office account so they can log in, look at what's happening, look at how many reward points they've accumulated. And like Bill mentioned, there's several different ways to reward those clients with those tuition reward points. The first, which Bill had mentioned earlier, is a great sales concept, which is if you're having a meeting, we have a local agent who uses a local library and he puts up a poster. Everybody who attends gets 500 scholarship points just for hearing him talk about the scholarship platform. You can do this in a web presence instead of, like Bill mentioned, having some sort of dinner or providing breakfast for clients. Give every single one of those attendees that free 500-point scholarship. Moving down here, purchasing an eligible life insurance product, 4,500 reward points. So right off the bat, they're going to receive that 5,000 reward point inside of the scholarship system. This I love. Just beneath this, client referrals. So if you meet with someone, you're talking about some of the products and you say, hey, this is the scholarship platform. This is how it works. By the way, do you have any family members, maybe some neighbors that might be interested? For every client referral they give you, you're going to be able to give them an additional 500 reward points. Also, year 2 and thereafter, every policy anniversary starting in year 2, automatically they're getting an additional 2,000 reward points. And at the bottom here, this is huge. Annual policy review. It's very difficult sometimes to get back in touch with a client. They're going to be extremely busy. But if you say, hey, look, I can give you an additional 500 reward points, that's a great way to set up that appointment, have a conversation about the coverage that's in force. Maybe their life situation has changed. You can update that policy, maybe add on disability or cross-sell a different product. So the whole system was set up to be very easy to use, and you can easily accumulate a lot of reward points. In this example here, with just one client referral after policy year 19, that client has just under 50,000 reward points. Again, that would equate to $50,000 off that cost of college tuition, and you can spread it against many children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, so you can divide it up and everyone can participate. Also, we put together some really phenomenal marketing materials. On this screen here, we've got an agent retail website that has a scholarship tab. We even have email marketing templates, which I'm going to show you in a couple slides how to reach out to new clients and new prospects that don't even know that you or this program exists. The Professor 101 training on the top right there, that's a great tool. There's actually about 30 different articles you can send out to clients. We even have some direct mail marketing pieces that you can customize with your agent information, some brand new brochures that you can send out to clients or maybe put inside the policy. So I mentioned earlier being able to reach out to new clients and new prospects. And now that you've kind of armed yourself with that scholarship platform, the next question I always get is, well, Joe, how do I tell people about this? You know, I can go stand on the street corner and yell about it for days, but how do I find qualified people that are actually going to be interested in the scholarship platform and what I have to say? And the answer to that is the Agency Automator CRM platform. We built this about 2 years ago. This is actually a completely turnkey CRM system that not only automates your follow-ups, client emails, it tracks all of your sales opportunities, and it's good to have all your clients and prospects organized into one spot, but what's even better is to use a prospecting tool that will put you in touch with local clients and local prospects that you don't already know. And what I mean by that is using this system every single month, you're going to have access to 1,000 new leads. You can actually put in your zip code. You can put in the age brackets for the client. You can pick any demographics you'd like inside of that Agency Automator platform. When you pull those 1,000 leads down, you can actually pick which marketing template you want to use. And in this example, I've got a scholarship template which has all the information about the tuition rewards program, and even has a call to action at the bottom of the email, which is basically telling that client, look, here's a great scholarship reward platform. If you're interested, click here to enroll. And you not only see who opens that email, but you also see who clicks. You're provided with the client's full information, email address, phone number, physical address. You can even go into the system and pick people who maybe have children who own a home that make at least $75,000 a year. It's going to give you all their contact information so you can reach out and make that introduction. So that's an extremely powerful tool to be able to find new clients and new prospects and really spread the word about that scholarship platform.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Great stuff there. So yeah, keep in mind, when you hear about like Salesforce, the famous CRM tool, this is the only life insurance geared CRM tool that's available in the space today. Okay, so think about life insurance CRM tool, okay, built to keep your name in front of your prospects. And then as another third leg, you have the prospecting tool that gives you 1,000 new prospects to speak to every single month, okay, at no charge. If you're active with us and writing at least one app per month, which is nothing, okay, then the whole tool is free, okay? And then it's going to link to your free retail website, which links to your retail quote engine, which has full built-in lead capture. So just think of all of these pieces working behind the scenes on autopilot, okay? This is the first time it's ever been done. So when you hear Rob talking about this sales concept and some of these neat products, think about, hey, you know what, I'm going to go into Agency Automator and I'm going to plug in, ages 35 to 50. I'm going to look for all male, female, and this zip code with this combined household income with children, at least 4 years old, let's say. And I'm going to start marketing this with scholarship tomorrow and then this weekend, okay? So whatever the case is, but that's how you need to be thinking. Okay, you got to market and brand yourself 24/7. It's a lifestyle. This isn't something you do, 9 to 5 during work hours, Monday to Friday. This is a new way of life. You have to think like this in order to be successful and grow in 2018 and in the future. Okay, so that's why we've put all this great stuff together for you, because the days of a great commission contract and a decent product are over. That's not enough for you to make a living and grow your business. Yes, you need those things, okay? But if you don't have the value add and unique ways to share your story and to gain prospects, then you're not going to make it, okay? It's different than it was in 1985 and 1992. It's a different world now, and we're out there putting all this great stuff together for you to grow your business. Okay, everything that we went over and Rob is talking about today is available on our website. Just hover over the marketing tab. It'll say carrier resources, and then that's the page. That's what it looks like. And then as you can see, if you look at the blue arrow, everything that Rob is going over is attached right there. We have client brochures, we have agent brochures, everything at your fingertips on our website. We're also going to include some of the great stuff in today's thank you email. So you'll see that before the end of today. Okay, so without further ado, I want to introduce our feature presenter. He's going to talk about some great value add. That's the name of the game for today's webinar, value add. So Rob Petzel's a good friend. We go back. It's been about 7 or 8 years now. Get along great. He is a true friend in this industry. So I value his time. I appreciate him joining us today. Without further ado, Rob Petzel from Kansas City Life.
Thanks, Bill. I appreciate it. Thank you, Joe, as well, for putting the webinar together. Again, my name is Rob Petzold. I'm the Regional Vice President for Kansas City Life. What I want to share with you today hits home right at what Bill was saying. You have to have that extra stuff to set yourself apart. And in preparing for this webinar and thinking through it, I wanted to really just hit home on one product with you and a bunch of different ways to present this product. Kansas City Life has all the products across all of the platforms. We've got term insurance, we've got universal life, we've got guaranteed universal life, we've got index universal life, we've got a whole life product. But the product that I think for our company stands above and beyond every other carrier's product out there in this space is our cashback product. Our cashback product is our return of premium product. The product can be sold at either a 20-year or a 30-year duration. Now, the reason why our product stands out is because most of your return of premium products on the street are a term product with a rider attached to it. What we've done to make our product unique and allow us to do some of the things that we do is we have actually built our term product on a whole life chassis. So there's good cash accumulation in it, and there's some other non-forfeiture benefits at the end of the term that you don't need to, that you have access to rather than just getting all of your money back. The first concept that I want to talk with you about, and I'm in our illustration software here. I'm going to go to our quick quoter because it's a really, really simple tool to use. I'm going to grab the Cashback 20 product. And for those of you that are in the final expense marketplace, I got good news and bad news for you. My good news is this potentially can be your least expensive final expense product on the street. The bad news is you have to catch people at 60 years old. The maximum issue age for our Cashback 20 product is 60. The second little piece of bad news is the minimum face amount. If you look in the middle of the screen underneath the values blue bar, minimum face amount on this product is $50,000. So those two things you would think potentially create some concern for you. But when I show you how this product works, you're going to see why I'm excited about it for you. So we've got, let me come down here. Let me change the client's age to age 60. So we've got Cashback 20 in this top left-hand corner. I didn't put any client information in. I'm running a male, 60-year-old, non-tobacco. Now in the middle of the box, we're doing monthly pre-authorized checks. You see that the premium is going to be $144.95, and immediately you're thinking, well, that's expensive for a final expense product. I agree until I get into some of the details, so hold on a second. We're doing $50,000 in face amount. I'm going to come over to here to click download PDF, and I'm going to run the case. So if any of you are out there and you have quick access to your quoting tool for a final expense product, in my experience in doing this presentation, most people have told me that a $25,000 final expense product on a 60-year-old male is going to run anywhere between $95 and $125. You guys know that marketplace better than I do. My company lets me run a practice, but I'm not in the final expense space. So you would know whether or not the premium is competitive or if it's not. So let's assume for a minute that here's our illustration. Here's our $50,000 final expense plan. And let's assume for a minute that the premium on a true final expense plan is $120 a month. And if I'm out of my mind, someone speak up or put a comment in the chat box on the webinar. But I think I'm pretty close for $25,000 worth of final expense on a 60-year-old. If we look at this case, the first benefit for an extra $25 a month, the client's doubling his death benefit. That's a no-brainer right there. The second benefit is that if you look at the paid up column in this illustration and we come down to year number 14 right here, you'll see that the paid up death benefit is $26,000. So essentially what we've done is we have created a paid up final expense plan that is paid up in 14 years. He has double the death benefit for the first 14 years of the policy. And then when he gets to the 14th year, he can choose to no longer pay the premium and has a policy, a $26,000 death benefit that is paid up and endows at age 95. If you think about the function of your true final expense plan, your client's paying that premium forever. So that's the second advantage of this product. Third advantage to this product is at the end of the 20 years, the client has a choice to make. The client can say, you know what, I no longer need the final expense. I want all my cash value back, or I want to get some money back. So the client would have access to then the $34,790 worth of cash value. We'll write him a check. It's income tax free because it's return of premium. And at the end of the day, the client can then do what they choose to, put some money aside. They can go on a cruise. They could do whatever they wanted to do. They no longer have the final expense coverage, but they have some play money here. Another option would be to no longer pay premium, not get any money back, and now they have a paid up whole life policy worth $47,200. Again, double the death benefit. If the client is still alive, he's still paying for his $25,000 policy if it's a true final expense. This one, it's completely paid up at this point. Now, where it really gets crazy, and you're going to have to follow me here for a little bit, the client doesn't have to choose any one or the other. We can do a combination. Here's what I mean by that. If, let's say, at the end of the 20 years, this client said, I don't want all of my money back. I want to make sure I have some life insurance. We can give the client $25,000 worth of paid up whole life insurance. $25,000 is approximately 60% of the $47,200 of paid up available. That means we can then give the client back 40% of their cash value, which equates to somewhere around $16,000. So you've got this client who paid an additional anywhere between $25 and $45 a month for double the death benefit. At the end of the 20 years, he no longer has premium, has the $25,000 paid up whole life policy, and gets a check for $16,200. Now I'm going to pull up a calculator real quickly, if I can here. It won't pull up on my screen since we're in the webinar. If we take the $16,200 and we divide that by 240, we get $67.50. If we subtract that $67.50 from the $144.95 that the client is premium, the average monthly premium for the 20 years that the client had to pay for this is only $77.49. Now I understand the client had to pay $144, but if they get the $16,000 back and keep the $25,000 worth of paid up, and you do the math, it's as if the client only paid $77.45. That has to make this the cheapest final expense product on the street. Again, it's not my marketplace. You guys would know better than I do, but after the webinar, run some numbers and see how it works. Again, the challenge with this sale is you got to catch people at 60, and you got to sell them at least 25,000. So hopefully that's given us some ideas on how to use this as an alternative to final expense. The next concept that I want to show you is I want to show you how to use this product as an alternative for mortgage protection. Now, we've got a rider that can be applied to any one of our life insurance contracts. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you an amortization schedule. So this amortization schedule is a $350,000 mortgage. I used a 4% interest rate for 30 years. The principal and interest payment ends up being $1,670 a month. Pretty typical mortgage, I would assume. Maybe some people have higher mortgages, some people have lower mortgages. But I want to go off that premise. Now, we all know that there are concepts out there where people want to pay down their mortgage more quickly. If we go through this amortization schedule, and I already have it highlighted, and we come down to the end of year number 20, which is highlighted right here, you'll see that the mortgage balance is still $165,000. Now, another sales concept for you would be to take that $165,000 and divide it by 240 again. If you take that $165,000, divide it by 240, it ends up being somewhere around $687. Now that sounds like a lot for life insurance, right? $687 a month would get us on and let's run a 45-year-old here. If we run a 45-year-old at $687 a month, we're going to get him almost $1 million worth of life insurance if you look in the specified amount box. So what this client can then do, and I'm going to run the case so we have the illustration, we have our 20-year cash back. The client's got $1 million worth of life insurance coverage. So this client's family is now protected for the next 20 years with almost $1 million worth of coverage. At the end of the 20 years, he's got the $164,887. He's now 65 years old, getting ready to retire. He can take the cash value from this policy, stroke a check to his mortgage company, and he had his mortgage protection while he was living, and now that he's retired, he can pay his mortgage off. Again, premium is big because we got a big death benefit, but that would be a way to back into how to use it for some mortgage protection or a mortgage prepayment program is a better way to say it. The last concept that I want to show you is, and I'm just going to grab one of my 30-year term products. We've got a rider called the Income Assured Option Rider. The Income Assured Option Rider can be applied to any one of our products. It doesn't have to be just cash back. It can go on any single one of our products. And what it allows us to do is it allows us to say, okay, I've got our Level Advantage 30 product. I've got a 45-year-old male, non-tobacco, monthly premium. I'm coming down here to values, and I'm bubbling in specified amount. This calculator is going to allow us to figure out how much death benefit we would have to buy the client in order to pay off the mortgage in the event of a premature death. So let's say that this client wants to, remember, the principal and interest payment was about $160. Let's go back to it. The principal and interest payment on this mortgage was $1,670.95. So if we go into our illustration software, under the payout amount, we're going to put the $1,670. We're going to change that number, or we're going to change the number of years if he wants to protect it for all 30 years to 30. And the software will now calculate, let's take the lump sum out because he doesn't need the lump sum. We'll make that 0. The software will now calculate exactly how much life insurance this client needs to buy. The client needs to buy $398,164 worth of life insurance. This is where this is an alternative to the typical sales concept. Rather than pay off the mortgage, the Income Assured Option Rider will send a check to the client's survivors for $1,670 every single month. This will allow them to continue to make the mortgage payments and maintain the mortgage interest deduction. They're not getting the lump sum for $398,000. They're getting $1,670 a month so that they can pay that mortgage, still living out in the family home after the primary breadwinner is deceased, and also maintain the mortgage interest deduction, which in the end of the day will help them save money on their taxes. Lots of different ways we can use this cashback product. These are just 3 that I've shown you. And ultimately, these are the things that, as Bill said earlier, will allow you to set yourself apart. You got to have these type of sales concepts in your quiver of arrows so that when your client says, oh, so-and-so showed me this concept already, you can pivot and say, I've got a better idea for you. At the end of the day, that's what I'm hoping I showed you today. If there are any questions whatsoever, you can absolutely go through all the marketers over at Levinson and Associates. They know our products inside out, upside down. I'm looking forward to seeing more and more business for you guys. I want to let you know that Kansas City Life is open for business. I see it in my practice, and I hear it from a lot of agents, people that are frustrated with underwriting from a lot of other carriers out there. Underwriting's getting tight with this carrier or that carrier. What I can tell you is Kansas City Life has a policy that once all of the underwriting requirements are received in the home office, we issue within 48 hours, bar none. We're not going to sit on a case because we feel like we're overwhelmed with premium or with cases or whatever it might be. We will turn your case around once we get all of the underwriting requirements within 48 hours. And at the end of the day, getting you guys paid as quickly as possible is what's going to make us earn more and more of your business. So hopefully I've given you a couple of sales concepts to use today. And if there aren't any other topics that Bill or Joe want me to cover, I'll turn it back to you guys.
No, that was great. Rob, do me a favor. Well, we have everyone on. Just give like a 100-foot overview on the hot products that Kansas City Life has to offer. Just pick out like some of maybe the top 4 or 5 that are hot buttons.
The two biggest, well, the three hot products I would say that we've got are our 2 cashback products. Those are phenomenal products, especially if you're in the younger generation marketplace. If you're selling to people under 30 years old and you're selling them term, you're leaving money on the table. I would show every single person under 30, 35 years old cashback. I would even talk to them about term. Second product would be our Compass Elite IUL. The Compass Elite IUL is a solid IUL. It will hunt with a lot of the big boys out there. It doesn't have a lot of that index bonus that some of the other carriers have, but Compass Elite will cash accumulate really, really well for your clients. It will also pay you well. We just paid for $430,000 worth of IUL premium today. An agency out of New Jersey had 2 huge cases, $430,000 worth of annual premium going into our IULs. So the policies hunt. From there, I would say our guaranteed universal life product is not going to compete with a lot of the other carriers on a month-by-month basis. But if you've got a single premium case opportunity, take a look at Life Protector. A lot of times, Life Protector will hunt really, really well against your single premium whole lives or your single premium GULs. I don't have a good reason why it prices that way, but it will hunt really, really well for you. So I would say those are the 3 areas that Kansas City Life really excels. From a term insurance perspective, ours is a Cadillac. It's not going to be a cheap term. It's very highly convertible. It's non-restrictive to convert. We'll let you convert to any one of our products, including our Cashback 20 product. But it is going to be more expensive than your cheap term carriers out there. But if you're doing any type of insurance planning with your clients, we want those term products that are going to convert really, really well depending on how their circumstance changes.
Okay, great. And I will say this, he can't say this, but I can. A few years back when a lot of carriers pulled out of the ROP space or they raised rates, Kansas City Life stayed exactly the same. So that's where they really shine. That's what I wanted everybody to hear a little bit more about on today's call. So definitely walk away with that. And on your next ROP case, we'll run a Kansas City Life quote for you. And I think you'll be very impressed. Okay, good stuff, Rob. I appreciate it. We just have 2 more slides here, and then we'll close out. A couple things I want to mention. Right now, you're on one of our live weekly trainings, and the name of the game for this year, we want to keep everything simple for you. We want to bring value to the table with new sales ideas, strategies. Now, what you have to do on your end is put the time aside and listen in on these trainings, okay? We're never going to waste your time or talk about, Kansas City Life and they're worth $1 billion and how great their financials look. And no, we know at the end of the day, if they're A-rated or better and they have some great products that make them stand apart, we want to talk about it, right? That's the name of the game. So anyway, these are a few upcoming training events that we put together just for you. Agency Automator, that's where you're going to get your 1,000 prospects every single month with a built-in CRM tool, lead capture. So every Tuesday and Thursday, 2 p.m., we hold those calls. You should definitely join in. Even if you don't know what a CRM tool is, great way to jump in, get your feet wet, and learn about the platform every Tuesday and Thursday. Right below that, we have our Agency Automator Plus. Now, same concept, but that was built for you to go and recruit new agents to your downline by using all of our hot platforms, products, concepts, everything. Okay, basically take our existing marketing pieces, which is in our library, and you can e-blast them out. You can have we have a virtual assistant. You can have call everybody on your list, but that is built for recruiting to your downline. If you want to learn more, every Monday and Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, just under that, this is our featured main event for 2018. This is a big deal, folks, and when we're talking to new and existing agents, okay, usually one of the first questions is about leads, okay? Do you have leads? Do you have a co-op program? Do you have leads that work, okay? Usually it's that question, and then right behind it or in front of it is the old commission question, okay? So we know how that works. But leads are a big deal. So we have some great programs that have been around with us for years now. We've tried some other programs. We've had some success, but they haven't been great. Bottom line is the programs we have today currently work well. Now, we're rolling out this brand new exclusive final expense and mortgage protection lead program. The official rollout webinar date is June 6th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, the way these work, because we've had tons and tons of questions and comments about this new iGenius lead program. In a nutshell, there's a bunch of telemarketers that are based out of Arizona, and what they do is they have an exclusive database. They call on prospects that fit into either mortgage protection or final expense, and as soon as they get someone on the line and they qualify with their questions, okay, and it all depends on which type of lead you're purchasing, mortgage protection or final expense. As soon as they qualify, you get an email instantly in real time that says, hey, Bill Levinson is ready to speak now about final expense. He qualified. He's within our parameters. Health is fine. Ages are within the range. Please call Bill. Here's his name, email, address. Go after him now. Okay, that's how those work. And the minimum order is 10, and they promise you get all of your leads filled within 3 to 5 days. We already have agents using the program. In fact, some are on the call today. So we know the program works. Is it perfect? No. Does it work well? Can you make some large sales? Absolutely. And it's priced 25% less than retail just for our agents. So great way to take advantage. Again, share your story. On the bottom there, our brand new iGenius Index Universal Life software system. This program is awesome. We just launched it about 2 months ago. What this does, it puts together a whole IUL presentation for you to go over everything, all the ins and outs of IUL, cash accumulation, tax penalties, advantages. How does the IUL look against your current investment product? It breaks down everything line by line in layman's terms, and it literally will make the sale for you. Okay, and again, this is free as long as you're writing business with us. Okay, then we pay for the platform in its entirety, 100% free for you. So we have some new sales ideas that our programmer put together. So we're going to show you what the new software looks like, and then we're going to build in some new sales strategies into the platform, and we're going to share it with our agents on the 7th. So June 7th, 2 p.m. Eastern. You don't want to miss those 2 webinars. That's going to be the hot buttons for June. I promise you, I'll be there with Joe along with our feature presenter. Okay, we're going to close out with our Positive Tuesday quote. Obviously, today's not Tuesday. We know that. This is just an example for all of our agents out there, how we market, okay, with social media. This is all free, okay? That's a picture of me when I was in Vancouver, and all I do is I pick a hot topic, a quote, a little motivation. I call it Positive Tuesday, which means absolutely nothing, and I go market and brand for Billy Levinson and Levinson and Associates. Now, you all should be doing the same thing. I don't care if it's a 30-second video about how return of premium works and why it's free insurance, or maybe indexed UL and how it could be a great retirement alternative. Whatever the case is, all of these tools are available to you for free. Okay, have your wife or spouse or son, daughter, pick up your cell phone, take a video of you talking about universal life and why it's important, okay, and then blast it out there on social media, on Facebook, okay, have your business Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn pages ready to go. Start to market and brand yourself, because if you don't, I promise you, there's going to be this young hotshot agent, okay, that's a big shot in Fort Lauderdale or Boca Raton or wherever you're located, and they're going to get their name in front of your clients, friends, family members, and they're going to make the sale, okay? And then you're going to run into Susie at the supermarket, and she's going to say, oh my gosh, Bill, I didn't know you sold long-term care insurance. I just bought a policy from Jimmy, the local LTC superhero, right? Well, guess what? It's your fault because you didn't do a good job of keeping your name out there. It's free, it's easy, and everyone on this call should be doing this. This is our example. Real quick, Positive Tuesday quote. One day the people who never believed in you will tell everyone how they know you. Go out there, prove them wrong, make it happen. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. Enjoy your family, friends. Have a great rest of the weekend. Good sale. Take care. Thank you.